Dr. Sorti, 4-5. Dr. Julie Sorti,
4-5. I have found a new love.
Ow. Do you mind?
I have been observing the most incredible procedures all day. I now know that I was put on this earth to operate.
Yeah, well, that may be true, just not in the hospital.
What are you doing? Making Frank Scanlon voodoo dolls?
Nice cultural stereotype. Make sure you use that one on your first Haitian patient.
Oh, give me a break.
What I'm giving a break is my interest in Frank and Julie. Let them do what they want. Not interested.
All right. You got me. What are you up to now? Daddy, what are you doing here?
Well, that's the best you can do. I mean, aren't you glad to see your old man? Come on, how about a hug?
Of course I'm glad to see you. You know that. Here. But what are you doing in Port Charles?
Is my little girl too old for surprises? I hope not.
No. It's just, you know, I thought we'd agreed you wouldn't come here unless...
I'm sorry. The details of our agreement kind of slipped my mind. I mean, I just felt that I had to see you.
Then something must be wrong.
Kevin, stay.
Victor? Victor, you heard me. You answered me.
I guess I did.
All right, stay with me. Come on, just stay with me.
Very difficult.
I know it is, but you're doing it. You're doing it.
No, difficult. For you.
For me?
A baby. A child. So difficult to lose a child. I'm so sorry, Monk. For you.
Listen, believe me, I wouldn't be butting into your life if I didn't think that Scott or Kevin or myself even could help you.
Look, there's nothing wrong, okay? At least nothing I can't handle.
Okay, well then, good for you. I'm just saying that if there was a problem or something was wrong, you could count on all of us.
But I mean, we barely even know you.
I know, but you both have been very kind to Kevin and me. And Danielle is Dominique's sister, and you're both new in town. See, those are lots of reasons to be friends. And if you needed help, if something was wrong, I need you to know that we'd be there. We could help you anytime.
Like I said.
I know, but I'd like to help. You can trust me. You really can trust me. Jake.
I know I shouldn't come by here. He gets distracted when I visit him here at work.
At work? Work? Speaking of work.
Oh, I turned off the computer and the printer, and everything's locked up.
Good. That's great. Did I have any messages?
No. You know what? I came by to discuss that thing that you mentioned last night.
Yeah, look, Miss Coe, about the conversation we had earlier, thanks, okay? I'll keep it in mind, but I really got to get going.
Good. Do keep it in mind. And I have to go. I've got to go visit Kevin's father.
I really hope there's a change in his condition.
I really hope that everything works out for the two of you.
What does she mean, hopes everything works out for us? What did you say to her?
Nothing. You got some information about my parents?
Well, this came from me when I was at the office. It's from Rex. It's a fax.
This is a copy of my parents' expired passports.
It's a warning. Look, I don't know how he gets the information, but you're going to have to be careful with everything you do and who you talk to.
You mean Lucy?
I mean anyone. You're going to have to learn what I did. Look, your life isn't yours anymore.
I guess I see what you've been going through.
I hope so, for your sake.
Victor, you heard me. You heard what I said.
Lucy wanted the baby.
Yes, she did. It's been painful. It's been painful for both of us. She's been so brave.
She's good for you. So tired.
I know. But you have to try and stay focused. Victor? Victor?
No change?
What? Lucy, you should have been here. He was alert. I mean, he was with me. He was present with me.
What? I don't believe it.
Yeah, he actually formed complete sentences. We had an intelligible conversation. He followed the logic of his own thoughts. It was incredible.
I knew it. I knew you could do it, Doc.
See, I told him about the baby. And he heard me.
Okay. Well, that's good then. I mean, if it sparks something in him, then that's a good thing.
Well, as soon as he was here, he was gone again.
Victor? Hi. It's me. I wanted to say thank you for being Kevin's father. And, I want you to know that we will be here. We will always be here for you.
He has to want to do this himself now. The physiological problems seem to have been corrected.
Hey, Victor, do you know that you have the smartest son on the whole entire face of this earth? Do you know that? Okay, I'm going to take that as a yes. Oh, Doc, I never doubted you, not for one teeny tiny bit.
I certainly haven't shared your optimism.
Well, that's okay, because I have enough for both of us. Oh.
Could you just keep it down? I'm trying to concentrate here.
So Chris Ramsey is through trying to destroy other people's lives?
Like I said, let Frank and Julie play, spin the bottle all they want. I don't care.
Oh, no. You're gonna have to do a lot better than that for me.
Look, when I gave you that $500 to keep those two apart, you said you were a doctor, not a hitman.
I still took the $500.
Well, then it's too late to save your soul. But I, on the other hand, as much as I hate to admit this, took your words to heart. I'm gonna focus on my career.
As a fly fisherman?
Yes, as a fly fisherman casting his line shoulder to shoulder with the senior surgical resident.
Aha. So you are doing this to suck up to Boardman.
No, I'm doing this to improve my dexterity. Of course, I can't help it if Boardman happens to be completely obsessed with fly fishing.
Oh, really? And how did you know that? Did you steal his file, too?
Information comes and information goes. Whatever it takes to be the top intern in the class. Some of us have a knack for it. Me and, well, Julie, of course.
Yeah. I wish that I had tied one on the night before surgical rounds, showed up late for class, and still emerged the star. Some people have all the luck.
Oh, it's more than luck, Eve. Some people just have the right instincts, and, well, some just don't. Some people know how to make a move and then sit back and watch it all play out.
I planned for that day. I jogged. I ate granola. I planned more than anyone else for that first day of surgical rounds. It's just my bad luck. But I'll tell you something. Julie's luck can't last forever. It's such a surprise. I didn't expect to see you.
Well, I didn't expect to see you living like this.
Like this?
Your mother's worried.
Why?
Well, the strain of the internship, leading a double life.
What did Mom tell you? I didn't say that to her.
Well, she didn't just make it up.
What I mean is I never used those words with Mom.
Well, maybe she worries too much. We both know why that is.
You can go back and tell her I'm okay.
I'd like to be able to tell her that I've seen that for myself. The pressure you're putting yourself under could affect your performance at the hospital.
But it's not. The first day of surgical rounds, I was...
one day, Jewel. Just one. It's a lifetime of commitment.
Is a surgeon's life, I know. You promised you'd give me this year, no interference.
I have doubts about that promise now.
Why?
Because of the unnecessary pressure that you're putting on yourself. You've always had the best. I made sure of that. I mean, you could have it now. I could buy you a wonderful apartment. You wouldn't have to put in a 24-hour day and come home to this.
Oh, I don't actually live in the house.
Oh, well, that's a relief. What, are you moving out?
No. I mean, I don't live here in the whole house. I live in the basement.
Do I detect a hint of jealousy?
Do you know what it's like living with someone who does no wrong?
Yes, I do.
You live alone.
I rest my case.
Please.
Hey, listen, Eve, I was thinking, maybe a career as a surgeon just isn't in the cards for you.
Do these games ever get as boring for you as they are to the rest of us?
No, I'm just saying that maybe you should take up with a rich guy. Scott Baldwin, for instance. Open a little dermatology practice somewhere.
Scott Baldwin? You think that there's something going on between me and Scott Baldwin?
Well, maybe you're seeking your fortune in the wrong places.
Hey, I am doing exactly the right thing. I'm depending on myself, not some rich, older guy.
Seem to have hit a nerve.
Why don't you just go back to pulling the wings off flies? I don't need your advice, okay?
I'm sorry if I upset you.
Don't worry. You didn't.
You live in a basement apartment.
And got a great deal, too.
Honey, is all this really necessary? In aliases, basement apartment?
I'm happy here.
But I admire your tenacity. But isn't this charade, isn't it getting a little bit tiresome?
It's complicated, yes. There are some people who know who I really am.
And it didn't hurt a bit, am I right?
No, I worked it out, but I don't want it spread around that I'm your daughter. That sounded awful.
You are my daughter. And that'll never change. It is your life.
That's right.
Your mother would have a fit if she knew I was checking up on you. I mean, I know you both understand why you've chosen to remain anonymous to your colleagues at Port Charles. I don't. And who am I?
Daddy.
I didn't achieve success overnight. It took years of sacrifice.
I know that.
And I thought, in part, it was for you. For the whole family.
Dad, I want the chance to do the work you did, to make it on my own. For my career to be mine, not be Dr. Bennett Devlin's little girl. Right or wrong, that's what I'm doing.
Fine.
I know that fine of yours. Tell me the rest.
But if you do this, there will be consequences. I just hope you're prepared for that.
I don't know how many more breakthroughs I can handle. I'm exhausted.
Well, you should be very, very proud of yourself. You worked hard to make this happen.
Can we discuss something else?
Yeah, name it.
How about Jake?
Jake. Right. I tried to listen to his conversation with his lawyer when he was on the phone, but I couldn't hear a darn thing. So then I just walked up to him and I explained that I knew a great lawyer, Scott Baldwin, and I told him that he should consider you and I his friends. And I think he was going to say something, but then Danielle showed up and he just shut completely down.
That was it?
Well, almost, except I could really tell something was wrong because Danielle kissed him hello and he wanted nothing to do with her. And he didn't say it, but I know he was just trying to pretend that everything was okay.
But you could tell it wasn't.
Right, because, Doc, I got that same feeling. You know that tension in the room when I told you Rex showed up at Danielle's? It was the same thing, and Danielle was trying to cover it up this time, too. That girl is coiled up like a spring.
So is Jake.
Rex will always go for the things you care about most.
So my whole life is up for grabs until this guy gets what he wants?
It's the way it was for me.
Yeah, well, I'm not you, all right? And we don't even know what he wants.
I'm so sorry that I ever dragged you into any of this. I was thinking maybe I should just run away.
Yeah, where?
I don't know.
Huh? We already went through this. You run, Scott Baldwin, his daughter, and my parents. Rex will take them all down.
Yeah, well, I just thought...
Maybe you should have thought before, huh? When you met him. Were you too busy conning me by then?
Elevators still make you nervous.
As long as they just keep right on moving, we're good.
You know, whatever is up with Jake and Danielle, they're obviously about to break under the pressure.
Really? Do you think they actually could crack?
I don't know. But I don't know what that means to us. Of course, we could be reading all this wrong.
Or not. Doc, Danielle isn't wearing her engagement ring. That means something is definitely wrong.
I don't think it's too late. When I met Rex, I believed what he said. I just didn't understand. It can't be too late.
Oh, come on. All right, we'll figure something out. I just gotta make sure that my folks are safe.
I'm pretty sure Rex hasn't reported them to immigration as long as we do what he says.
Look, I am sick of this. What does this guy want?
All I know is kidnapping Serena was just the beginning, and now all he wants is your help.
Why? What could I possibly have that Rex wants?
Are you back again? I can't concentrate with you whining all the time.
I always run a strand of pheasant crest through a Cahill dry fly.
Dr. Boardman, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you.
You fish?
Sure. My dad made a ritual out of it every summer.
Trout are attracted to phosphorescence. Caught 5 last weekend. Threw 2 back.
Really? I was observing today during your laminectomy. It was really stellar work. I'd be lucky to command that kind of respect in an OR.
Luck has nothing to do with it. But you have to have the right attitude. It's Ramsey, right?
Yes, sir. Chris Ramsey.
Keep practicing, Chris. And focus. Distractions will kill you. Successful surgeons take a stand for excellence in everything that they do. You gotta love it. Breathe it. Live it.
I plan to.
So I guess we have an understanding. Hands off from dear old Dad.
I'd appreciate it.
Fine. Well, are you ready for a light supper? I hear the Port Charles Grill is wonderful.
I had other plans.
I was presumptuous enough to make reservations. Maybe I should have consulted with the mysterious Dr. Morris.
If I'd known you were coming...
Well, come on, Jules. I'm only here for a day or two. I mean, call him up and cancel. This place does have phone service, doesn't it?
It's a very good friend of mine.
A fellow intern. Maybe she'd like to join us.
It's a he, and his summer baseball team is playing the championship tonight. I promised I'd come.
You turning me down for a baseball game? Hot dogs and 10-year-olds instead of a gourmet dinner with your old man?
Daddy, I'm sorry. I can't.
Well, is this another show of independence? Because it isn't necessary, honey.
Dad.
Okay. Okay, I guess I've made a real mistake here. I just wanted to spend some time with my daughter. You know, darling, you may do whatever you wish.
I promised, Frank. I don't want to break my word. Come on, I know you understand.
Well, I guess if there's anything I hope you learned from me, it was integrity. Can I at least tempt you with a room service breakfast before rounds?